Ah, the good old days. The year I turned 10. I remember sitting at our dinner table, my older brother Matt smirking as he said, "Rocky, will you ever stop drawing on everything?" I looked up from my sketch on a piece of scrap paper. Why, it's not like I'm vandalizing national monuments. My younger sister Kira giggled. "Maybe you should. Finally make you popular." "Clever, but no," I replied, rolling my eyes. Drawing was my escape. It was the one place where I could express myself, my quirky sense of humor finding home in my artwork. When we moved to the city, my siblings' incessant banter continued. Yet my whole world had already started changing. I remember my first day at my new middle school. I saw Francesca, standing there amidst the hustle and bustle. She was like a vision. And then there was Torva, the resident nightmare. It was like life was playing a cruel joke on me. I can still hear the echoes of my father's departure. One day he was there, the next he was gone. Left for another woman with 2 children. I remember the night it happened. My mom trying to put up a brave face. "We'll be okay," she said, her voice quivering. "We always are." "Okay?" I remember yelling. "He left us, Ma. For her. For them. They ruined our lives." My mother looked at me with sad eyes. "Hate won't do you any good, Rocky. But revenge will," I replied, the bitterness seeping into my voice. College was supposed to be a fresh start. Only Francesca and Torva were there too. I remember one night sitting in my dorm with my roommate, Travis, who was nursing a broken heart. "Travis, what if you love someone but they didn't know?" "Francesca?" He looked at me. "Dude, let it go." "Can't," I sighed. "I have to tell her." Despite Travis's advice, I confessed my feelings to Francesca. It was supposed to be heartfelt, but it ended with Francesca laughing in my face. "You thought I would actually date you, Rocky? That's hilarious." And there it was. Rejection. And the added bonus of finding out Francesca was dating Torva. The humiliation of it all. To cope, I turned to my Webtoon series. My life, my thoughts, my emotions, all played out in a series of sketches and dialogues. It was my solace, my safe haven. At least my characters listened to me, I remember murmuring to myself. The sting of Francesca's rejection still fresh. But then one night at a party, Francesca, dazzling as ever, cornered me. With a coy smile and batting lashes, she suggested we take our conversation somewhere private. "You know, Rocky, I've been wrong about you," she said, her voice velvety. "Maybe we could try us." My heart fluttered with hope. "Really?" I stuttered. I fell for it. A night of passion, a potential reciprocation. But as always, Francesca had other plans. Days later, she dropped the bombshell. "Rocky, I'm pregnant, and you're the father." "Father?" I explained, a sinking feeling in my stomach. She had trapped me, hoping to make Torva jealous, or worse, to pin her baby on him. Just when I thought my life was spiraling, I met Jo. Her aura was an instant contrast to Francesca's strong, rebellious, and impossibly witty. "You look like you could use a friend," she said during one of our meetings. "More like a lifesaver," I replied, my usual sarcasm peeking through the storm of my life. Joe's past was no less dramatic than mine. "My father's a politician. Corrupt one," she revealed one evening. "I exposed him, and here I am." Something about her resilience struck a chord with me, and I couldn't help but admire her. Joe was also the unexpected superhero in my confrontation with Torva. Her entry was nothing short of a Hollywood action scene, a display of martial arts that would make Jackie Chan proud. "Hey, Torva, how about you find something to actually do with your life?" she shouted, drawing everyone's attention. Please calm down, female Jackie Chan. No one was paying attention to you," he replied. Despite the tense situation, I couldn't help but laugh. Worst comeback ever. So began my Karate Kid journey. My clumsy moves, which Joe thoughtfully corrected, boosted my confidence. And I was starting to like the way I could protect myself. One day, while practicing a move, Joe exclaimed, "Rocky, you actually did it!" The sense of achievement reflected in her eyes was addictive. I wanted more of it. Soon my transformation became noticeable. I stood taller, spoke louder, and even managed to scare off a few of Torva's cronies. Life might have started as a cruel joke, but I was learning to laugh along, one trial at a time. Joe once told me, "Life will keep knocking you down, Rocky. It's your job to get back up and throw a punch." And that's exactly what I was gonna do. "Watch out, world! Rocky's ready to fight back," I exclaimed to myself. But let's just keep that between us, shall we? But then I had a really rough day. I started writing in my webtoons about my father, bashing him, and my biggest mistake was that I included my step-siblings as well. names and all. I thought if the world saw what a degenerate father he was, then I would get my revenge. Then I got an email from a name I recognized from my father's Facebook profile picture, his daughter, my youngest stepsister, asking to meet. I said yes and told her my dorm address. Her tiny frame trembled as she pleaded, "Rocky, we didn't do anything. We're innocent. Please stop hurting us." Her confession left me staggered. I love your webtoons, Rocky. They helped me get through this mess. Her words rattled me, forcing me to reconsider my actions. Did I accidentally become a bully myself? During this time, Matt and Kira, my actual siblings, provided a safe place. I remember an instance when Matt, in between bites of his burger, teasingly said, "Rocky, stop frowning. It's bad for your cartooning hand." Kira joined in, giggling. "Yeah, you wouldn't want your fans to start a Save Rocky's Hand campaign." Their banter, despite everything, lightened my heart and even gave me a push to keep creating my webtoon series, which was at this point read by millions. Then Francesca happened. She was like a storm, unleashing havoc wherever she went. I remember running into Jo one evening. She looked distant, a frown ceasing on her forehead. "What's wrong, Jo?" I asked, concern creeping into my voice. "Francesca, she's spreading rumors about me," she confessed, looking anywhere but me. "What kind of rumors?" She's saying I cheated on an exam?" Her voice trembled. A wave of anger washed over me. Francesca was trying to sabotage Jo. A fire sparked within me. I had to stop her. "Jo, I promise. I'll uncover her deceit," I affirmed, my fists clenched. And so I embarked on a mission, gathering cues, piecing together the jigsaw. In the end, it was a battle waged in the open. I remember the murmur of the crowd as I confronted Francesca and Torva in front of the entire college. "Francesca has been playing all of us," I called out, my voice echoing in the silence. "She lied about her pregnancy, and she set up Jo." As I revealed Francesca's scheming nature, the whispers grew. Her proud facade crumbled. The reveal of her plot led to her downfall, her breakup with Torva, and Jo's name cleared. It was a victory not just for me, but for truth and fairness. It was a turning point in my journey. Coming off the high of exposing Francesca, things should have felt complete. But there was a quiet calm after the storm. One evening filled with moments of reflection. I remember sitting with Jo, her eyes scanning the horizon, her hand entwined in mine. "You did good, Rocky," she said softly, her gaze shifting from the horizon to me. "I did what was necessary, Jo," I replied, giving her hand a light squeeze. It wasn't just for me or for you. It was for all of us. She needed to be stopped. I could see Jo was still processing everything, her hand probably going through the events that unfolded. "Do you think she'll change?" Jo asked, breaking the silence. "I don't know," I admitted. There was silence again, but this time it was different. There was a sense of closure, of moving forward, and yet there was a part of my past that was still unresolved. My father and my step-siblings. I hadn't thought about them in a while. I had buried myself in the chaos of college, Francesca, Jo, and my webtoon series, and I almost forgot about all this family drama. But it all came back when I saw my stepsister, Alexa, standing at my front door one day. I remember her eyes filled with tears as she pleaded with me to stop tarnishing our father's name. "Rocky, please," she begged. "You're destroying our family." Her words again hitting me like a ton of bricks. I was stunned, conflicted, but mostly I was hurt. All this time I had been fighting for what I believed was justice, but I was causing more harm than good. I needed to hear it all. "Why should I, Alexa? After what he did?" The rest of the conversation was a blur. I remember her leaving, the door closing, and the silence that followed. Felt like the universe was asking me to make another choice, one that could mend bridges or burn them forever. Then, taking it all in, I confessed my feelings to Jo. We were sitting in the college park, the setting sun painting the sky with hues of orange and purple. I turned to her, my heart pounding through my chest. "Jo, She looked at me, her brows furrowed in confusion. "Rocky, are you okay? You look like you're gonna pass out." I couldn't help but laugh at her comment. "Jo," I started again. "I love you. I'm in love with you." There was a beat of silence before a smile spread across her face. "Finally? I was wondering when you'd realize it." Then, coming back to the dorm, I met Alexa again, who was waiting for me. I stiffened, my mind screaming aloud, "What now?" I came to talk," she stuttered, avoiding my gaze. "May I?" With a hesitant nod, I let her in. She quietly took a seat, wringing her hands in her lap. "Look, Rocky, I know you hate Dad and us," she began, her voice trembling. "But we weren't all bad. We love you, Rocky. We really do." I snorted sarcastically. "Oh, really?" She left, leaving me with a storm of thoughts. The night slipped away with my guilt gnawing at me. I needed to talk to my siblings, my true siblings, Matt and Kira. Hey guys, it's Rocky. I started the next morning on a group call. We need to talk. It's about Dad and, our step-siblings. I shared Alexa's confession. Matt was silent, while Kira was visibly moved. Maybe they deserve a chance, Kira said. I chewed on her words, a bitter taste lingering on my tongue. Matt added, Remember, Rocky, hating is a heavy burden. We decided to let go of the animosity for the sake of the family. No, not our father, not yet. But my step-siblings deserved a chance. The following weeks were full of awkward encounters, but also laughter, shared meals, and understanding. I apologized for my words and our bond slowly started healing. In the end, it was a journey of overcoming challenges, finding true love, and discovering my purpose in life. The last panel of my Webtoon series showed my cartoon self, standing with Joe, our children, my siblings, my step-sibling, and a smile etched on our faces.